Hey guys, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the first day of my spring Plannerthon. I am actually filming this on the first day of spring as I'm looking at all the snow that fell overnight outside. So well played, Mother Nature. Well played. But I'm super excited because spring Plannerthon is always a fun time of year for me. This is when I always typically reveal something new that I'm going to be working on for the following year. And let me show you what we have. These are discs from Planner Kate. Not a big deal, but oh boy, look at, what does that say? Reading journal. Sorry about the crinkling. I should have taken it out of the plastic wrap. Look at that, guys. Dragons and stars and moons and reading journal. This, you guys, you know how obsessed I am with the Empyrean series, and you know, I loved Fourth Wing, Iron Flame was great, and then I read Onyx Storm, and now I'm totally hooked. I cannot wait for the next two books to come out. I don't even know what to do with myself, and according to what I've read, there may not be one this year. It may not be until next year. So in the meantime, I am going to prepare for that moment with this. So today what we're gonna do, okay, now that I'm done wrinkling and making noise. Okay, so what we're gonna do today is get this set up, and I'm gonna start figuring out what I need for this journal. So that means, you know, over the next day or two, I'm gonna be printing up things. I may have already printed some things. Oh yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. But what I want to do first is actually start putting this together, because then what I'm going to have to do is start figuring out how many note pages I need in the front, you know, and so on and so forth. So I don't have the note pages and stuff with me, but I want to get this set up, and then I'm going to show you those dragons that I created. And I do have a couple more that I've been designing, and I have not printed out yet. So there will be more, because I'm going to have different sections. And in fact, the next video you and I do for this reading journal, and by the way, you get 10 discs from Planner Kate. So I'm sorry, no, you get, wait, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. You get 11, just like you do with Happy Planner. Sorry. Yeah, I'm so busy obsessing over this, I can't count. Okay. Let me move this off to the side a little bit more. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start putting this stuff in here. So now everything is always, you know, stacked separately. What I actually did was, when I first received this month or so ago, because I bought this during their anniversary sale. So I went ahead, and this is already in order. So what I want to do is start getting this stuff put in here so that then in the next video, we can figure out what things I'm going to use from last year's reading journal and this year's reading journal, so that I know what sections I'm going to need. Okay. I'm so excited for this. I was going to do the whole Harry Potter thing, and you know, honestly, I ended up selling it. Somebody missed out on it, and I'm in a couple of like Happy Planner D-stash groups and things like that. I ended up selling it. So I did not keep the Harry Potter box from Happy Planner. I sent that on to somebody who was really upset that they did not have a chance to get it. And, you know, at the time, I did not know about this. But it was one of those moments where I felt bad, because I'm like, somebody missed out on something, and I just, yeah, I ended up selling it. So that's fine. And what I'm going to do is just go with this. The irony was, I think it was about, a couple weeks after I sold that, because I think I sold it like back in January or whatever, January, February. I forget when the anniversary sale was for Plum Paper, but I want to say it was like within a week or two after I sold the Happy Planner Harry Potter box. And I was like, oh, see, I was meant for the dragons this year. So it kind of just felt like the right thing to do. And I don't have any regrets. At the time I sold it, like for a moment, I felt a little bad, but then I was like, no, I don't know. I think it'll be fine. And here we are. I love this. So I'm putting all this stuff in, and of course I'm noticing that this is already getting really chunky. But what I'm thinking is, let's start from the back now. What I'm thinking is we're gonna start purging some of the stuff out of here that I'm not gonna need. So we might do that today as well. Because I don't need a lot of space in my reading journal. You guys know I don't need multiple, like, you know, pages for everything. So I think what we'll do is we'll start taking out the extra pages right away. And then I promise to show you the dragons today. I'm not going to tease you on that. I will show you that at the end of the video. I've been working with my cutter. For the most part, I think I've been on my silhouette probably 3 to 4 days a week now, because I'm still learning it and I'm still, you know, designing things and whatever, and I'm really having fun with it. So let's go ahead and flip these over. I'm going to start taking extra pages out from December. So, okay. So we have our dashboard, which is where I'm going to keep all my stats, of course. The calendar, which is, of course, where I'm going to put all my tracking for when I'm reading and what I'm reading and when I'm reading it. Now, I'm thinking at the very most, I'm only going to need 2 pages. So let's see what's at the back here. Let's take these out. I don't think I'm going to need that. Throw all my packaging on the floor. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to need that. So I think let's look at that one more time, because then we'll do that for the rest of the months. So for December, we need our dashboard and all the stats pages, which will be here. This will be the calendar for tracking. And then this will be the pages for the books that I've read. Now, I may not even need all of these. I might be able to still take one of these out and only have to use 2. So we'll see how that goes. But I think that's what we're going to do. So after the calendar, I have 2 pages. All right, so let's do that. So there's my November calendar. And then I have 2 pages. So 1 and 2. And we will take this out. And, you know, I find it important to set things up in advance. I know you guys probably think I'm nuts, but I can't help it. I am the type of person, like, I'm never late going anywhere. I don't like waiting till the last minute on things. I like to have my thoughts together and start working on projects in advance, so that if other ideas occur to me or whatever, it puts me in the right, you know, kind of like mindset. So I don't have any regrets at all. So calendar 1 and 2. But I truly, how many pages is that? 1, 2, 3. It's probably just easier to count those, right? 1, 2, 3. And yep, there we go. So 3. But I like to do things in advance. I like to take my time setting things up. I don't feel like, you know, I want to rush when I'm doing these things. I've always been the type where I would rather set it up in advance and take my time doing it than rush myself. And then I'm really regretting, you know, because I either made a mistake or I don't like the way it worked. I don't like waiting till the last minute on anything. So that's the reason that this is started. And, you know, you'll see 1 or 2 videos on this. Like in the next video, we'll go over the things that I like and don't like. Not necessarily don't like, but the things I definitely like and want in this journal, as opposed to the last, oh, that one has stuff on it, the last 2 years. So it'll be nice to go back and look at those and pull out ideas from those. And then also figure out what order I want things in. So that's what we'll do next. All right, that's March. We're getting there, guys. So, you know, if you have ideas for your reading journal and you would like to share those, leave those down below. I'm always looking for new ideas. I'm always looking for something different. But, you know, we'll see how it goes with this one. All right. So now from the front, we have our title page, which is fine. We have, I'm going to do the year end here and goals here. Oh, yeah, here. insert pages. So basically what I'm going to do is have notes pages here. This I'm going to save for upcoming releases, which made sense. And then this is going to be favorites by month. So now I just have to figure out if when I add pages in here, or if I want to put them after. I think what's probably going to happen is, so I'm going to put notebook paper here. And all my year-end stats like I have in my current reading journal and my goals are together. And then the inserts will actually be my series completed and my recommendations. So that's probably what that's referring to. Then here, again, upcoming releases. I like this. This is already set up. All I got to do is kind of decorate it and go with it. And then favorites by month. I can put my book covers for my favorites here. And I'm going to try to stick with one favorite. And I've decided for this coming year in 2026, I think even though I'm going to have like a favorites log of all my favorites that I read that includes rereads, I think what I want to do with this particular page is to make it only new reads for that. So those are going to be like the new favorites per month, and I'm only going to pick one. So that'll be good. All right, let's go back here for just a moment because I think we want to take a peek at this. So this is actually going to be my cover page. He's going to go here. That, of course, is a black dragon, which makes me think of Taryn. I am obsessed with this image, you guys. Obsessed. And I got to add the 2026 in there. I love that. So that is going to be the cover page. And then these are some of the, let me put this off to the side. These are some of the beautiful dragons I, used images from. I got a bunch of clip art for dragons and dragon eggs. And you'll see in a moment like dragon scales. This is not nearly all the images that I have. I just picked some favorites and worked with it. And these are going to be what I use to start. This made me think of Sigale. How gorgeous. And this, I mean, while it could make me think of Andarna with her color changing, I am convinced if I had my own dragon, she would be purple and green. And that's, this is actually kind of very much almost like that, like London blue teal type color. And that actually is my two favorite colors. So I kind of printed those out because if I had a dragon, I'm pretty sure that's what she would look like. And then there's, scales, which of course, Taryn, Sigale, Andarna, mine. And then these I love this, the green and the red. So I came up with another idea, aside of the fact that I'm going to use dragons, and this is all going to be dragon themed. This was actually part of the reason I came up with finding this new font, which is the same one that I'm using in my wellness journal, you may have noticed. If you haven't seen those wellness bullet journal setup pages, I've gone through 2 rounds already. I will try to remember to link those down below for you because those are actually, the bullet journaling is all kind of new to me. I did try it a long time ago in a disc bound, planner with blank pages, and it just wasn't working. At the time, because I didn't grasp the full, I liked my structured planners at the time. I did also try a bullet journal in one of those like inexpensive Michaels journals, bullet journal style books. And again, because I couldn't move things around, it didn't work. So I did try it both ways, but that was at a time when I had a completely different mindset. So this reading journal is going to be the next level. I have been leaning more and more toward like a junk journal, bullet journal style. Even though they will stay on discs, there's going to be a lot of junk journaling, a lot of, stickers, washi, ephemera. That's kind of what I favor now. So that's what I'm gravitating to even more heavy on the, collages in here than I even have over the last 2 years. So, I don't know if I want to put him in right this second, although I think that'll be the first thing we do in the next video. I don't have my scripts next to me either, and I gotta put my name and stuff down here too. So in any case, I am really looking forward to this journey. I hope you guys join me for it. Leave down below things that you like to track in your reading journal, because in the next video, we are going to be talking about stuff that's going to be going in this reading journal and like what notebook pages I'm going to be adding to, to start planning it out. I want you guys to see the full the full thing start to finish. So now you see it's set up. I've got the start on the stickers. The next thing we're going to be doing is adding him. We'll start on the front page, and then we will be adding pages and putting sticky notes on there so that you can see exactly my process. Many people, ask me how I make my decisions. So I've decided this, I'm going to show you all of the decisions as best I can. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Thanks for joining me for my first day in Spring Plannerthon, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.